Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of Romantasy Roundtable, a tale of Rick and Roses. Coming to you from the past. My name is Rick and I'm joined with my roses.
Amanda.
And Kim.
Yes, we're coming to you from the past. We're recording this in advance. You'll hear this 3 weeks later-ish. But yes, please, we would always appreciate it if you consider liking this video. Please drop us a subscription. And if you want to talk with us, you can leave a comment in the space below if it's on the YouTubes or on the Spotify's. But we have an email, romantasyroundtable@gmail.com. And that's it. Those are all the things.
Those are all the things. We're all kind of wearing purple today.
Yeah. I just threw this on right now.
Me too. I was in a glass sweatshirt, but then I was cooking, and so I didn't want to get oil on it.
We each have 30 seconds. We went to BookCon yesterday. How was it, Amanda?
I had a good time. Highlight was that I met Tracy Dion, and she signed Legendborn both for me and for our student who put me onto Legendborn.
Kimberly?
I had a really good time also. I'll be frank with you and say that the first 30 minutes were a little bit overwhelming for somebody who doesn't like big crowds. But after that, it was awesome. There was a lot of really cool vendors that we saw and met and talked to. Really excited about the panel that we went to. Had fun.
And you survived and just got in at the last second for a Rachel Gillig signing.
I was literally I think fourth from the last person who got a book signed by Rachel Gillig in her last signing. And I love her to death. And if she ever listens to this, she knows that we all stand the crap out of her. She was so donezo. It was very clear that she'd had a very long 2 days.
I also had a great time. I was very worried. I saw videos of Saturday. People seemed saying long lines, not having a great time. I think a lot of those people probably have never attended a big convention before. I also don't think they were incorrect. I think it was somewhere in the middle. I think BookCon got their shit together on Sunday. But it was great. I didn't get to tell you guys this, but when I showed you the picture, but so I cosplayed as Tamlin and I walked around and I saw Cassian. She's got to go put the thing on. I'll wait till she comes back so she can hear this too. Let's see.
Here's what I will say to anybody who listens to this and who either went to BookCon or is thinking about going next year. Please dress up.
Yeah, it was really fun. You dressed up as Princess Donut.
Right. We all cosplayed, and it was great. We had a super fun time putting our costumes together in the first place, and then also just meeting people and shouting people out as we walked around because of it. And I was really surprised by how few people actually did so. So, guys, next year, show up. Wear costumes.
So I see Cassian from Deep with...
I could hear you the whole time.
I don't know. With... what's her name? Gwen? What's her name?
Yeah. Gwen.
Yeah. And so we locked me and the dude's Cassian lock eyes, and I slowly roll up to him. I was like, well, look who decided to show up. And it was just really fun. They were great. They cosplay a lot. So it was really cool meeting them.
We already have such great ideas for next year also about potential costumes.
Guys, we weren't supposed to yap about BookCon.
No, we're not. We're done. What we're not going to go as next year is a woof, but we are finishing that book, right, Meow?
We are. Oh, this is part 3
You're not centered.
Direbound. What?
You're not centered. She's centering herself. In a meditative state. There she is.
Mentally, physically.
This is part 3 of... Oh my god.
Of Wolfbound.
This is part 3 of Direbound. Werewolves. This is chapter 38. During a disastrous joint training session in the Deimos training yard, led by the wildly unhelpful Gamma Dagon, the sadistic Jonah maliciously blasts Meryn with Deimos magic, gruesomely breaking her nose. Stark immediately flies into a feral protective rage, slamming Jonah into a wall and threatening to personally cull him before dragging our bleeding heroine into his office. In a scene dripping with agonizing sexual tension, The big bad alpha kneels intimately between her thighs to perfectly reset her nose. He lets her desperately dig her nails into his chest as Annasa heals the break, leaving them both breathless and deeply confused by their electric connection. I like that when she broke her nose, Annasa was immediately like, fixed.
Yeah.
And then she was like, how bad is it? And Stark was like, it's fucked up.
Yeah. He said, we're going to have to do something about this.
I also don't feel like I realized until this chapter that there was potential magic in some of the bonds also. So, like, I didn't realize that the Deimos were going to have like wind magic
like wind.
of their bond. So that felt surprising to me. And I don't know if I'm alone in that, but I was suddenly like, oh, now check, we have magic.
I'm just curious, like, what's everybody else's magic?
Yeah, what's everyone's signet?
What's everyone's signet?
And then their second signet.
And then their third signet. Chapter 39. After finally besting a flagging Stark in their brutal private combat training, Meryn returns to her room to celebrate with a spectacularly filthy hookup with Killian. After demanding Annasa throw up her mental wall for some privacy, Meryn takes absolute thigh-clenching control of his royal assets.
I love this.
Riding the prince until they both completely unravel. Post-coitus.
Your favorite.
You love a post-coital scene.
She tasks the sneaky Kryptos recruit Vena with secretly investigating King Cyril, utterly convinced the royal family is hiding dark secrets. Her sleuthing is abruptly cut short when a messenger arrives with an urgent letter from Beta Aegith at the Grunfall front lines, revealing the stolen children might have finally been spotted.
Okay, I'm going to out Rick before we comment on this, in that this set of notes has both post-coitus and girl boss multiple times, and I feel like Rick prompted it.
I didn't. I just kept on continuing making the notes after I made the other ones because you didn't.
I offer
40. You have been coming so hard for Kim lately. You're so mean to her.
You know,
thank you. Thank you, Amanda.
Someone needs to be mean.
No one needs to be mean.
That's what the listeners come for the mean.
Comment down below if you come for the mean.
Right. Jamie, are you here because Rick is mean? Or are you here for the
another mom? Chapter 40. Meryn frantically packs her bags to leave for Grunfall, completely determined to charge into enemy territory and rescue Sayla all by herself. However, a glaring Stark catches her mid-escape and absolutely refuses to let the reckless new Alpha run off without his massive, intimidating protection. To make matters worse, a traitorous Annasa completely agrees with the grumpy warlord, forcing Meryn into a tense, unspoken alliance. Mounting Annasa and Kratos, the furious duo tears off into the treacherous mountain wilderness at terrifying otherworldly speeds.
Woof.
Leaving a blissfully unaware Killian behind with nothing but a hastily scribbled note. Talk amongst yourselves. I have to go turn the stove off. And now I'm done after I turn the stove off.
All right. So what are they doing?
They're going off to the front because she got the note that there was a sighting of children. And so Meryn is like, I must go find Sayla.
This is, sorry, so again, I've read this book quickly. And this is after they got the guy in the...
Yeah.
Okay, so that happened already.
The nabber happened,
okay.
And then now...
That's not this part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aegith is like, oh, hey, we saw signs of children. And so Meryn is like, my brain is exploding,
right.
And I can't regulate, and I must make split-second decisions, whether they are smart or not. Another moment where I'm like, God damn it, Meryn, just take a fucking beat. So she's like,
don't make fun of Meryn. I'm friends with Sable and Sorensen.
Am I centered?
Yes.
You are. Okay. So yes, that is what they're doing.
They're
going off to the front. Yes. Okay. I will comment on something about this in the next couple chapters.
Chapter 40? No, we did that one already. Guys, they arrived at an inn. Did we talk about this?
No.
They arrive at an inn.
It's in the notes though.
Okay.
Thank God there's 2 beds.
Chapter 41. Caught in a brutal blizzard on their ride to the front, the frozen pair seeks refuge in Linsfall, where Meryn experiences a strange magnetic pull to an ancient statue of the faceless goddess. Seeking shelter at a packed local inn run by the busty Elisa, Stark flexes his terrifying local hero reputation to secure them food and the classic, tension-filled, only one bed at the inn.
Woo!
Guys, it's a good trope for a reason.
Yeah.
When it's actually at an inn, it really brings me joy.
Yeah.
Forced into a microscopic room together, the sexual tension skyrockets when Stark accidentally gets a glimpse of Meryn's self-inflicted scars on her thighs. The feral alpha literally growls, "Who did this to you?" My notes say, I love this book. The feral alpha aggressively demands to know if Killian hurt her, proving he actually cares deeply about her well-being before they uncomfortably share the tiny mattress. This is tropey goodness.
Mm-hmm. That's great. I also want to... Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, we know nothing about her self-harming.
They mention it in the, like, early in the book.
I don't remember that. And I don't remember it. And I don't know. I like that it, like, I don't know how to explain this without, I hope I don't come up with something bad. Like, I like when it's just, like, it's not normal to self-harm, but, like, it's a thing that she did, and they, like, talked about it, and then it happened, and it was over. Yeah,
I think it's like it's not normal, but it is normalized. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's
right.
It's this kind of, like, when people are like, mental health matters, but what they mean is, like, it's okay to feel a little anxious sometimes. It's like, no, yes. And also mental health matters. And this is, like, the kind of hard shit that we need to talk about sometimes.
Yeah, it was great.
So I really appreciated, they mention it. I clocked it early in the book. They mention it, when it's like, it may be in the first 2 chapters where they're talking about, like, her dad dying and her mom getting sick. And she says, like, and she would, like, turn to the razor or something. And so I immediately was like, oh, she is a person who self-harms. So yeah, I liked this as, like, an acknowledgement of that. I believe it will come up again. I don't think we're done with it.
And honestly, that's what I'm hoping for, because we had talked about this, but, like, Phantasma and Chantra.
I was just thinking that.
Right, I'm forgetting which order they go in.
Phantasma and its treatment of OCD.
Mm-hmm. Right, and that ended up being done so well and so thoughtfully. And I have faith in our girls here, Sable and Sorensen, that they are likewise going to do this well. But I'm hoping so. I'm hoping that this is just a passing thing, or it's not just a, like, trying to show a weakness in her or something like that. Like, that is really, like, we're sort of understanding her psyche more because of this.
Socket also. I'm also thinking of, something that multiple of the authors said in the Heroines of Romantasy panel we went to yesterday, where they were talking about how, like, yes, these books are about yearning, and yes, these books are about fucking, but these books are also about, like, much deeper stuff. And one of the authors, I don't remember her name, I'm sorry.
Sable and Sorensen.
No, one of the author that was on the far right talked about
Scarlet.
Say it again. Scarlet. Yes.
Scarlet.
My paisan who writes Mafia stuff.
Yeah, the Mafia Romantasy. But she was talking about how, like, writing her novels, like, helped her deal with, like, losing her family members, like, in a short period of time. And then, like, Carissa Broadbent shared that she was, like, writing a miscarriage storyline while she was with infertility, and, like, just thinking about how, like, thinking about how these books are romantasy, but they're about, like, enemies to lovers, shadow daddies, but, like, there's so much more complicated stuff in here. So similarly, I have faith in our girls, Sable and Sorensen, that we'll hear more about this and about Meryn's healing journey, as Salt Lake, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City would say.
In addition to what I want to hear more about, because we have a Kingfisher moment here where they're in the bar and everyone is singing this fucking song about how amazing Stark is.
This chapter
is really good. Like, he, like, they're singing a song, and then Stark goes up to the musician, says some shit to him, and the musician, like, leaves. And then Meryn's like, yeah, right. Meryn's like, why? Oh man, he's a bully. He's angry, and he talks to the busty chick, and she's like, nah, dude, the musician was singing a song about like how amazing he is and how he saved hundreds of people.
He saved our whole town.
Yeah.
And like, he just hates when we do that. And also when Meryn is first like, oh, you're just like oogling the barmaid, he's like, she owns this place.
Right. Women can do things, Meryn.
Women can do things. This is the best chapter in the book. Everything about this chapter is good. It's like, it's all tropey, but it's like, it feels like almost like aware.
Right. In some ways, like tongue in cheek. Yeah. Like,
yeah.
I know what I'm doing. Yeah.
So they do share the bed.
Yeah.
He tries to sleep on the floor, but he's a giant shadow daddy, and so he cannot do that. Chapter 42. Arriving at the grim, blood-scented Grenfall war camp, Beta Aegith briefs them on a hijacked Siphon temple where the abducted children were allegedly seen. Meryn is deeply unsettled when a rough sketch of the ancient, unaging Siphon king, Lucian Brightmane, feels eerily and uncomfortably familiar to her. Shoving her confusion aside, she joins Stark on a high-stakes, stealthy night raid, transforming into a flawlessly synced, lethal blender of blades and fangs as they beautifully decimate the enemy forces. Tragically, their adrenaline-fueled bloody victory crashes into devastating despair when they finally reach the basement holding cells, only to find them completely empty. I had questions in this chapter. This is where I wrote, if the wolves die when their bonded die, what has Annasa been doing for centuries? Has she seen battle? Which I know we talked about in the last episode. And my other question was, they say here that siphons can make you see things that aren't real. And I feel like the hallucinating thing is happening a lot. So I'm like wondering, is that connected to siphons somehow, IDK?
Okay.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
I mean, I don't think it is, but I'm curious about it.
Yeah.
My notes for chapter 43 say brutal ingredients.
Nice.
Chapter 43, back at Grunfall camp, a completely numb and furious Meryn goes full unhinged psycho in the interrogation room, brutally tortured a captured Siphon guard who's like, there are no children whatsoever.
Right. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
She sadistically breaks his fingers, slices off his nipples, and finally decapitates him with a bone saw as Stark and Annasa watch with dark, terrifying approval. It's
something.
Bonesaw was the name of the wrestler that Macho Man played in the first Spider-Man movie.
Bonesaw? I hardly know her. That's what I thought you were going to do. And I was like, that doesn't apply here. Okay, the next morning, Stark inks her new kill marks and tenderly licks her bloody arms clean, igniting a feral, hair-pulling moment of intense arousal that has them inches away from a kiss. So he licks her. These ones go on the arm because they're in battle. So he licks her battle wound, and she instinctively grabs his hair. And he looks her dead in the eye and licks her again.
Hell yeah.
Ingredients: the soup. All right, fucking Gemini. The mind-bending, panty-melting sexual tension is abruptly shattered when Beta Aegith just walks into the tent.
Hey, Aegith, nice to see ya.
Forcing the flustered pair to pack up their unresolved feelings and head home. And Stark is just like, yes.
Right.
Ren's like,
what? I don't know what to do. My panties have melted.
Socket's barking. You're talking about panties and I can't hear. Socket!
Can't hear her.
You can't hear her? She's so loud.
No, your mic is good. It totally cuts it out.
Great. It's from HyperX. HyperX for when your dog won't stop barking. Chapter 44, returning to the Eastern Quarter in Stormfrost, Entirely empty-handed, Meryn's world shatters when Igor devastatingly informs her that her mother was brutally murdered by city guards during one of her episodes. Consumed by suffocating grief, guilt, and terrifying shadow hallucinations, she flees straight to the castle and collapses into the comforting, protective arms of Killian. Recognizing how desperately she needs a safe haven, the prince drops to one knee to declare his devotion. He slips a massive, obscenely expensive ruby and black diamond engagement band onto her wrist, begging her to be his queen and instantly pulling her back from the edge of despair.
Yeah. So I really liked when Annasa was like, you can't make this decision right now. Please don't do this.
I wrote Annasa as being the big sister we all need.
Yeah, seriously. Like Annasa telling her not to, like, so logical. Like you have gone through a traumatic moment. Don't make this decision. Like she I don't understand what the fuck is wrong with Meryn.
Yeah, but
and she yelled back, Annasa, this isn't your choice to make. And then like again, like shut her down.
And she was right. And also, like, in this moment, my thought was, this man knows exactly what he's doing. And she's in this, like, fragile state. And he is fully taking advantage of her because this is part of his master plan. And I was like, he absolutely has something to do with Mom's death. And also, I don't remember why I felt this in this moment, but my notes say, is Sayla a vamp now? Which, spoilers for many chapters from now, she is. But I don't remember what happens in this chapter that makes me think that.
I think because we learned more about the siphons, and then we actually know that they are sort of vampirish. But also, as I had shared in our last episode, I had that thought earlier than this too, that she had somehow been turned in some way.
Yeah, I started getting a lot of more bad feelings about Killian here. Again, he's technically done nothing wrong. Honestly, like he hasn't. But my initial thought was like, I thought there was something up with the bracelet. Go ahead. You made it to me.
I don't think proposing to her in her moment of intense grief is nothing wrong. This is the first like objective wrong that I think he's done. I think you're right about the bracelet, so you can keep talking about that. But I would like to speak up on behalf of people in active grief can't consent to major life-changing decisions.
You're right. I said that. I started by saying that. But like, I think it goes along with a lot of things that happen in the book that I said last episode, where things just happen quickly.
Yeah.
So
this book is fast.
So no, it wasn't right for him to do that, but like we needed to move things along, and like he like framed it in a way of like, you're not alone and I'll prove it to you, right? Not right, but like it flows with how quick the book has been moving. But what I was thinking was like, and this is fixed like in a chapter, but like I was like, a bracelet, that's weird. There's something up with that bracelet. And then I learned that like, oh, that's normal to give a bracelet.
Yeah, she says it's much more luxurious than the one her mother wore.
I had questions about the bracelet.
It tightened on her wrist when she put it on.
I didn't catch that part, but I did catch like when he put it on, she did say like the shadows then went away, or showed up, one or the other. And I was like,
so the shadows had been moving and following her and everything. And she put the bracelet on, it tightened itself around her wrist and the shadows stopped.
Yeah. So I was like, she's fucked somehow. I don't know how, but, that's a bell.
This is why we don't record on Monday nights.
That's all right. This is going to come to you by, I thought about this today. This is what I did today on my day off. You ready? This episode is brought to you by our sponsor. I hope I get this right. If you hit your head and you rung your bell, better pick up your phone and call Brainwell.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's good, right?
If you hit your head and you rung your bell,
better pick up your phone and call Brainwell.
No?
What?
Marlo feels really bad. He did not mean to hurt you. Chapter 45. Killian spares absolutely no expense for a lavish, heartbreaking funeral in the elite Garden of Eternal Rest, where the entire Strategos pack and a surprisingly supportive Stark show up to mourn alongside her old neighbors. While packing up her dilapidated childhood home, Meryn uncovers her mother's hidden journals filled with obsessive drawings of a mystical Stormfrost crown and the names Lumina, Nocturne, and Astrion. When a highly suspicious Annasa urgently orders her to hide the books from Killian, Meryn demands answers about the terrifyingly accurate delusions. Her direwolf cryptically refuses to explain anything, leading our newly engaged girlie to realize her magical companion is definitely keeping massive world-altering secrets. This is also the chapter where it is confirmed that Dad died off screen. There's no body, and all that was left was a finger.
Just like What was his name again?
Jurian.
There it is. Yeah, this is, I had strong suspicions that Killian was a bad guy. This one like stamped it for me. It was specifically the part when she finds the journal like you just read. And he's like, "Hey, what's going on in here?" And I was like, this motherfucker wanted to get he was looking for something.
Yeah, and Annasa immediately is like, "Don't show him."
Yeah, this was it.
Annasa has been, like sketchy about Killian. She's clearly not Team Killian. She's not openly Team Stark at this point, but she is Team like Meryn, focus on yourself right now, girl.
Right.
But this is the first time that she like outwardly gives Meryn advice and really a command to be like,
don't show him.
Do this. Yeah, and so again, this is like Killian's heel turn imminent. It is occurring.
And go ahead. No, go.
I was going to say something not about Killian, so if yours is about Killian, then keep going.
Well, and I'll say this a little bit later, but even though I'm like, yes, he's obviously bad, and I'm like, what if I'm wrong? I actually was like, what if I'm wrong? What if he's not bad? Like, so throughout this book, I had been second guessing myself a lot. Honestly, like, even though I literally just said it stamped it on me, I there was something in the back of my head questioning, like, what if I'm wrong? So,
yeah. Yeah, something else that like not related to Killian in this chapter, she's really like moved that the entire pack shows up for her. And I think this is like really a moment where they're like, it's not even that she's the alpha, it's that like they're a pack.
Right.
And I think that it happens kind of slow in this book that she like really starts to understand like what the pack is.
Yeah.
As she's been like taking care of herself and taking care of her sister and taking care of her mom and taking care of everybody, that it's like, no, the pack isn't just you take care of us. Like the pack is we take care of each other. And so I think this is a really nice moment where you start to see that, or she starts to see that. Chapter 46, refusing to be kept in the dark, Meryn sneaks into Stark's office at night and discovers a forbidden handwritten history book revealing that the powerful Stormfrost Queens, not the king's bloodline, originally ruled Nocturna alongside the direwolves. The ancient illustrations perfectly match her mother's journal and the hidden carvings that she's been hallucinating, blowing her entire understanding of the kingdom's history wide open. Stark catches her red-handed, his eyes landing coldly on her shiny new engagement bracelet, and spitefully refuses to give her a single straightforward answer about the book. Realizing that Stark and a telepathically silent Annasa are secretly colluding against her, a furious Meryn steals the ancient tome to uncover the deadly truth herself.
I don't feel like she like steals it, because he had said to her before, like, if you feel compelled to read something, do it.
Right. Well, and we know like 2 chapters from now that he like this is what he wanted. Like he wanted, like he and all of his ancestors have wanted this for generations.
Right. And Annasa says to her when she's like, I want to know these things. And Annasa says, do your own research. And so it's like, girls doing her own research. Also, y'all, sorry about this. Bartholomew is losing his goddamn mind right now.
All right.
We'll be back.
Sure. You know what? I'll pause until it comes. That's what she said. Yeah, there it is.
Chapter 47. Avoiding her complicated alpha duties to obsessively study the stolen book, Meryn is interrupted by Isabel, who excitedly discovers the royal engagement bracelet. The rest of the Rabons, Vena, Neva, and Thomason, hijack the castle kitchens for a drunken baking party, throwing back cups of steaming ember wine to joyously toast Meryn's shocking future as the first bonded queen.
Neva!
They hilariously burn their celebratory cake to a crisp, providing a brief, desperately needed moment of levity and genuine friendship amidst the chaos. Once the boys and a sloshed Neva stumble off to bed, Vena privately admits that she hasn't uncovered King Cyril's secrets yet, leaving Meryn anxiously counting down the days until the deadly Unity trial. This is where they refer to Vena as the... what's it called?
The Kryptos Killer.
This Kryptos Killer.
And I loved it. And it was
happy for her.
They called her a really funny name. Like they said something really funny. It's like, go, but not in a mean way. Like they were like calling her a slut, but like in like a celebratory way, which I liked.
They're
It
like,
was great.
"That
Like,
you, girl." Like,
right.
Get it.
It was good. It was good.
it's great. All right, and this is cute little found family.
This I liked. This is the calm before the storm. This is the eye of the hurricane. This is like everything's great.
Yeah, it's the eye of the hurricane.
You know?
Chapter 48. The morning of the deadly Unity trial arrives, and the Strategos pack steps into the arena to face a simulated siphon assault led by the ever-awful Jonah and the Deimos wolves. I thought this was kind of crazy how it was like, the three of you are going to work together, and Slytherin is going to play the bad guy.
Yeah.
Meryn and Annasa finally merge their minds flawlessly, leading their pack with absolute girl boss precision through the chaotic, adrenaline-fueled battle. The epic teamwork is violently shattered when Jonah sadistically orchestrates a fatal attack on Henry's wolf, severing the poor guy's bond in real time. Driven entirely mad by the agony of the severed connection, the dying wolf turns on its own rider, brutally tearing Henry to shreds right in front of the horrified crowd.
Yeah, and he wasn't dead. He's just getting fucked up bad. And
because the pain to the wolf was enough to separate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. And Jonah like told her, he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill one of you. I'm gonna kill he says like the commoner will die today or something like that.
He's like, I'm gonna weed out that commoner blood or something. Yeah. And she's like, he's not gonna kill me, I'm an alpha. And it's like, oh shit, we didn't think. Immediately I was like, oh, Henry's wearing a red shirt.
Yeah,
I forgot about him until I didn't.
Chapter 49.
Everyone who like is slightly sweet in this book is done so.
If they come for the twins, I'm gonna fight them.
Right.
I think we're gonna lose one of them. We lost.
I read that book. It was called Harry Potter.
I was about to say that. Yeah.
Chapter 49. Unable to watch her friend be slowly ripped apart, a devastated Meryn breaks formation and delivers a merciful, fatal sword strike to put down Henry's rampaging wolf. He like also tells her to do it. Henry is like, please. Despite the gruesome tragedy, Leader Aldrich announces the Unity trial a success, meaning the surviving Rabons are officially ready to become bonded. Still reeling from the blood on her hands, Meryn notices something deeply suspicious when the servants carry Henry's mangled body toward a hidden door under the arena instead of the usual preparation rooms. Realizing the castle is hiding a massive dark secret, she quietly resolves to figure out exactly what the king is burying beneath their feet.
I think there was a missed moment with the Henry part. Like I was sad, but I wanted to be more sad. Like I was like, this was your Liam moment. Like you should have had them mentally talk for a little bit. You should have drawn it out a little more, maybe had him a bit more throughout the story. It would have just made the death a little bit more impactful.
I agree.
I totally agree. And I think I had re-listened to our last, was it Queen of Shadows book?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can't keep it straight. I listened to our last episode for Queen of Shadows just a couple days ago, and we talked so much at the end of that episode about like every death was so intentional and really not just like drove the plot forward, but drove how like characters responded moving forward. And I'm waiting for that right now in the series too. Like as you're saying, Rick, like this had potential to really like mean something, and I don't feel like it does as much.
I agree. Chapter 50. While the rest of the Rabons throw an unhinged graduation party in the common lounge, Meryn tasks the sneaky Kryptos Vena with investigating the underground dungeon. Needing to escape her trauma, Meryn retreats to her room only to find Killian waiting in the dark to offer his distinctly spicy brand of comfort. The Golden Retriever Prince unleashes a deeply filthy dominating side. Again, this is not new. Literally belting her wrist to the headboard for a mind-melting hookup where he calls her his queen. Her post-coital bliss is abruptly shattered in the middle of the night when an anxious Vena sneaks into her room, urgently insisting she's found something terrible. She is basically like, she's like, do this to me. Mm-hmm. Like, she consents to all of this. It is very aggressive, but she is asking for this.
This is, I mean, like, on the, like, the soup throughout, this is lower than like the other ones. This one was good.
This was the moment where I was like, oh, is Killian bad?
Right. Like, I'm telling you, like, it's crazy. Like, what I really like that Sable and Sorensen do is, like, they make me question myself. And we're going to come to it later. I have a specific
and I'm like, I'm happy for a girl who, you know, wants it kind of wild and naughty. Like, that's cool. And, you know, she asks for it and it happens and it feels good for everybody.
Yeah.
Also, he is clearly not a Rowan or any kind of fae because he sleeps through Vena showing up at the door and them walking out, which never would have happened in like half the other books that we read.
No, and also like even not the fae, like I don't know,
like Rowington Silver.
Xaden would not let somebody enter the room without there'd be a dagger at their throat. And I'd be willing to say Stark wouldn't either.
Yeah.
Chapter 51. Vena leads a terrified Meryn deep into the claustrophobic ancient tunnels hidden far beneath the castle, slipping past rotating guards in total silence. They discover a pristine, opulent underground prison filled with abducted children, and our girl finally, desperately reunites with her beloved sister Sayla. The heartwarming moment turns utterly sickening when Sayla reveals they were captured by royal guards and that King Cyril regularly visits to select children who are never seen again. Realizing she cannot orchestrate a massive jailbreak alone, a heartbroken Meryn promises to return for her sister and realizes she must use Killian's royal authority to destroy his father.
These are the temple kids from Blood and Ash.
This was my horror movie moment when she's like, I have to tell Killian. I was like, no, don't do this. And I couldn't stop her.
I was picturing in the third Guardians of the Galaxy movie when like all of the kids are there and they have to like break all the kids out because my niece was one of those kids.
Yeah, no, we've heard that already.
The podcast hasn't heard that already.
Okay. Your niece is the one with the hair in the movie. Find her.
I mean, they all have hair. Chapter 52. A hyperventilating Meryn bursts into Killian's room and tearfully reveals the horrifying truth about the underground prison and King Cyril's involvement. Killian plays the perfect horrified prince, convincingly acting totally blindsided by his father's child-snatching murderous hobbies. Spoilers.
Oh, God.
They hatch a treasonous badass plan for Meryn to publicly assassinate the king during the graduation ceremony, where Killian secures the guards and frees the children. But the next day in the arena, the sadistic King Cyril completely derails their scheme by surprisingly declaring a final bloody free-for-all purge trial, throwing the entire arena into immediate lethal chaos. I was like, what is this man doing? He's like, not enough people died. We got to kill more people.
And I love how they explain it later. Even in that moment, I was like, don't tell him. And then they're hatching this plan. And he's like, we're going to kill my father. I was like, wait, he's not bad. He's not bad. Like, I was really taking a fucking ride.
You really don't know until it happens. Yeah.
No, I mean, they wrote it well.
Yes, they wrote it really well.
He really like gaslights the shit out of her. Like acts the part here.
Yeah.
And it's something.
Chapter 53. Using her ultimate pack unity, Meryn commands the Strategos wolves to fake a strategic retreat while secretly forming a protective wall that edges closer to the royal dais. Annasa makes an impossible physics-defying leap onto the platform, allowing Meryn to expertly kick the wolf pommel sword out of the arrogant king's hand. When Meryn grabs the ancient blade, blinding royal magic surges through her veins, fueling her righteous fury as she cleanly decapitates King Cyril. Fuck yeah.
Yes.
The epic triumph instantly turns to horrifying betrayal when Killian drops his supportive fiancé act, shooting down Annasa, ordering the guards to seize Meryn, and supporting a terrifyingly cruel smirk before she's knocked unconscious.
This motherfucker.
I think he says, just say, kitten, what did you do?
Yeah. This motherfucker. Oh my God.
My notes say, are you ready? Killian fucking Barlow.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Killian fucking Barlow. Fucking Benji. Unbelievable.
Fucking Benji, Killian, Jack Barlow, motherfucker.
He's up there, man, as one of these villains that I'm like, I fucking hate you.
So one of my awards for the end of the year for my reading journal, one of them is Worst Man, parentheses, complimentary, and one of them is Worst Man, parentheses, derogatory. And he's the real front runner for Worst Man, parentheses, derogatory.
Yeah.
In case you're wondering who Worst Man, parentheses, complimentary is it's Ilya Rozanov. Chapter 4. Okay. Meryn wakes up on the freezing floor of the castle dungeons after hearing a disembodied voice command her to find the crown, only to realize that Annasa is trapped in a magic-blocking collar. Killian slithers into her cell, playing the ultimate gaslighting villain, claiming Meryn has succumbed to her mother's madness and entirely hallucinated their assassination plot. After the deceitful prince leaves, Annasa reveals she can still communicate through her highly guarded mate bond, prompting Meryn to completely lose her temper over her direwolf's stubborn secrecy. Dropping her alpha authority, Meryn officially orders Annasa to tell her mysterious mate to retrieve the ancient crown hidden in the arena's drain. This was the first moment where I was no longer feeling gaslit. Like, I was like, no, Killian, fuck you. Like,
Right.
You're being an asshole.
Right. But what I really, really liked, and I said I was going to wait for it, and this is that moment where he's like, he's still gaslighting her. He's like, no, you're wrong. You're crazy. And I'm like, am I? Like, am I crazy? Like, it made me, am I been wrong? Like, so they did a really good job with Killian, just writing him. And even like, I told you, I had been questioning myself the whole time. And like, this was like a meta for fucking fourth wall breaking moment for me. I was like, am I actually crazy? Is he right?
Yeah. And I understand why she's mad at Annasa here. But when she's like, you have to tell your mate, and Annasa goes, is that a direct order?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, something is written in the stars that has to be very specific.
Yeah.
In order for Annasa to do the thing.
Yeah.
Chapter 55, the mysterious mate finally arrives in the dungeon.
I wonder who it is.
None other than the grumpy, overwhelmingly hot alpha, Stark, accompanied by his massive direwolf Kratos, who is obviously the only direwolf worthy enough to be our girl's mate. Annasa drops her mental filter, blasting Meryn with intense sexual desire that she feels for her mate. It's not even sexual. It's like the feeling that Annasa feels for Kratos is like so overwhelming that Meryn can't put it into words. Like, it's just like the mating bond is so profound.
This was great. I loved how they explained that. Because normally it's just like, it's the mating bond and it is come into place. I'm like, okay. But like they really went into, I was like, oh.
It's like they're not just in love. They're like Kratos and Annasa are mates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Making Meryn
also like early Fourth Wing when Xaden is like smoking to, try to like calm the voices of Seagull and Terran in his head.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So Meryn realizes she's fundamentally soul-deep drawn to the warlord. Stark passes the ancient crown through the bars, and the moment Meryn places it on her head, she is plunged into a hyper-realistic vision of the past. She witnesses the original Siphon King, Lucian Brightbane, murder her ancestor, Queen Kiara Stormfrost, only to wake up to Stark kneeling and declaring her the rightful queen of Nocturna. Yes, Ricardo Caceres?
I have a question about that queen's name.
Kiara?
Yes.
Okay.
Because my friend Nick's sister is named spelled the exact same way, but her name is pronounced Chiara.
Yeah.
So I don't know what we're doing.
It's an Italian name.
Yeah, I know. So is it Chiara? What are we doing? Because we also had a student, and I think it was still the same way, right?
Yeah, I mean it's Chiara, but if you say Chiara with an Italian accent, it's Chiara.
Fun.
Can you say it? Can you say it again?
Chiara.
Yeah, it's the same.
All right.
It's the same.
She's
thing.
Paisan.
Actually, it's pronounced Chiara.
I love.
It's Jewish.
With a K.
With a...
All right, tell us more.
All right, chapter 56, Stark drops massive lore bombs, revealing the Bonded have been suppressed by a siphon blood curse for 500 years, and his family has secretly protected the royal Stormfrost bloodline. Oh, sorry. I had a note for the end of chapter 55. On my list of things that happen in Romantasy books that I like, there are few things I like more than when he kneels and calls her queen. I love it.
Yeah, it was good.
I love when our warlord is like, I love it. And I love it. Like, it doesn't even need to be like I loved it when it was Adian, like it just in a familial way. I loved it. Like I just like, yes, let her be the queen. Okay. Stark drops massive lore bonds, revealing the bonded have been suppressed by a siphon blood curse for 500 years, and his family has secretly protected the royal Stormfrost bloodline while waiting for her return. He did say that his family has been the protectors
of the crown.
Family. Yeah. They never.
The notes also didn't say that in the vision of the past that Brightbane looked exactly like Killian, basically.
Yeah.
And unless I zoned off for a second, did they talk about the baby?
No, tell us about the baby.
Yeah, so basically, Queen Kiara, she has a little baby. That's you're gonna hate this. Has suckling on her teat. Is that not what's happening?
I don't think adult human women have teats.
Anywho, she's whatever. So whatever, she's feeding the baby.
It's a technical term, actually.
She's feeding the baby.
She's feeding the baby, and guards come in. The men are here. We have to run. So she gives the baby to the guard. She goes to fight Brightbane, and then Brightbane kills her wolf, which then kills the queen. But the baby escaped. So like the Stormfrost.
Sorry.
The baby escaped. Just running.
Yes, the guard escapes with the baby.
So there's a Stormfrost child in the world.
Who could it be?
I wonder.
All right. So Meryn questions why he was constantly trying to kill her. Stark violently confesses he was desperately trying to train her to survive, practically vibrating with furious, thigh-clenching jealousy over having to watch her with Killian. He is like, yeah, I did hate you.
Mm-hmm.
And I hated you because you were weak, and I needed to make you strong. And I hated you because you were in love with
the person who killed your family.
Yeah. And so like it is like it's jealousy, but it's also like you don't understand, like my family's been waiting centuries for this and I finally get to not fuck it up. So like, yeah, I hated you because it was like, could you have been not you for 5 seconds? Like I liked it.
And then the Brightbanes had put a blood curse on all the wolves and all the guardians, and they couldn't speak of what happened of that massacre. So after like 100 years, basically everyone had forgot about it anyway, except Stark's family, because they were the protectors of the crown, and they kept on passing it down. They could. Oh, what I really like this. They couldn't talk about what happened, so they wrote it in that book. So they had to learn everything through like written messages and pictures. I thought it was really clever. It's why like Annasa and her couldn't tell her things directly. It was
why all the books were like speaking to her in various ways.
Yeah, it was really good. It was really good.
Okay. Yes. And then also what happens here is this is also, I think, where we learn that this is why the bonded trials happen. Because like it will help like the king and the royal family for centuries are like threatened by the power of the dire wolves and the bonded. And so it's all made to like control and lessen the power. Like it's meant to cull, and meant to like dehumanize them. Like they are like violent sex toys.
Yeah.
And we talked about this. Sorry, Rick.
No, go.
I was gonna say we talked about this in the last episode, both of like the bonded are sort of like have sort of position and status, but are also sort of like the jokes of everybody in some ways. And then also, of course, Meryn's multiple questionings of like why, if these bonded are so important, why are we killing people through all these trials? And so here's the answers to both those things, and how this came about.
What was I gonna say? I don't remember. Oh yeah. So the curse also like controls the wolves, like sort of. That's why he has like the power over them, and he like wants them in his army, but not a lot of them. He doesn't want it so much that they can like overthrow him. And I was gonna say, so this book actually did something that I love more than anything. I love a lore dump way into the book.
Yeah.
Like, don't give it to me in the beginning, Crescent City. Like, let me love the characters and then like fucking blow my mind with like what happened in the past.
Yeah. And then it's like you have all these theories and you get to be like, okay, I was right about this. I was wrong about this. I was right about this. Like, it's kind of a fun, it's like checking your work at the end of a test. I'm a nerd. Okay. Fired up by the revelation that her golden retriever Prince is actually a siphon-blooded traitor, Meryn decides she must confront her ex directly. After ordering Stark to go rescue Scala and the children, she meticulously plans to serve Killian a giant slice of his own manipulative medicine. Chapter 57, Meryn tricks the guards into taking her to Killian's rooms. She's basically like, yep.
He's right. I need him.
He's right. I'm crazy and I need him. And the guards are like, all right. So servants scrub off the king's blood and stuff her into a suffocatingly tight blue gown to play the perfect, broken, mad little kitten. She expertly seduces the smug prince onto the bed, making him think he's won, before instantly flipping the script, pinning his arms with her bare thighs, and pressing the Darren blade to his throat. Killian finally drops the act, admitting he knew her royal identity all along and was just using her to steal the throne permanently. The horror escalates when Killian's body seizes and his voice changes, revealing he's actually a vessel for the ancient Siphon King, Alistair Brightbane, who has been body hopping through the royal line for centuries.
Okay, couple of things I want to say. Number one, it's Direblade. That's on us. I asked them yesterday. Even though it's written Deer Blade, it's a Kindle edition. They changed it to like the last second, so it is Direblade in the written editions. Anywho,
it's Blade.
It's Blade. They even took out the AE thing. Okay, I said last book, and I even said now that like the book has been moving a little quick. Certain things. So like one thing that I didn't like that was quick, where it was like, "You're the queen, Meryn," and she's like, "I am? No, okay." Like that, and then like Brightbane now like in fucking Throne of Glass, we didn't know it was Erewhon until book 5. Like, I like this book so much that I wish it was drawn out until later. I wish they would have taken their time with it a little bit more. That's all I have to actually say.
I will also say that like this is, at least collectively, this is their debut novel, correct?
Yeah. Yes, it is. It is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's not clear if either of them have ever written anything individually, but
right. And I wouldn't be surprised if they had. But at least, like, for a major publishing release, this is their debut novel that we know of. And so, like, yeah, I guess we can talk about this at the end, but, like, I feel like some of those things that you're saying right now, Rick, feel like what comes with a debut novel. And that they were like, we don't even know if we're going to get a publishing deal for how many more books. And so
go fast.
We know we could get maybe 2, maybe a trilogy out of this. And so like, we got to go.
I'm just saying, I loved it so much. I wanted to pace. I wanted it slower. That's what I'm saying. So
yeah. All right. Chapter 58. Killian uses his creepy engagement bracelet to drain Meryn's royal magic, conjuring terrifying shadows to pin her down before Stark bursts in with Annasa and Kratos to save the day. The smug villain mocks them and teleports away, leaving the magic-stealing bracelet permanently and painfully fused to Meryn's wrist. Meryn reunites with a rescued Scala in Stark's office, finally embracing her true role as queen and vowing to abolish the deadly bonding trials forever. Something else that happens here is she like telepathically, like she's like Meryn, or she's like Annasa, tell all the wolves.
Yes.
And so all the wolves and all the bonded know the truth. And before he leaves, Killian is like, I left a surprise for you. So the heartwarming sisterly reunion turns into an absolute fucking nightmare when Scala suddenly convulses, grows fangs, and rips out Helene's throat, revealing Killian's parting gift was turning the sweet little girl into a bloodthirsty siphon. And that is how the book ends. I have one other note I didn't read out loud, and it's really random, but in chapter 56, they use the word scratchiness to describe her, and I just think that's a word we should be using more in life.
There you go.
Speaking really about dogs and wolves.
I'll give you 2 a lot of points. I did not expect her to be a Venom at the end. I really didn't. I was pretty shocked. Like, I loved how it ended with her just like this fucking savage, just like biting everybody.
She was like, what?
You know, that's the book. That's the woof.
And that's the woof.
I fucking love this book. I really did. Like,
I thought this book was very fun. It is easier for me to put this book in a tier than it is for me to give this book stars.
no, that's boring.
Totally fair. No, this is Carrion, Riddick, in that fucking book.
It was Carrion, Swift, Riddick, and this fucking book. This book is straight vibes. I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
I can give stars. Like, I spent a lot of time thinking about it. I can give stars. But the stars are like compromise, because what I want to give it is I had a good time. This book was fun. It read fast. There was a lot I liked about it. I'm really excited to read book 2.
Mm-hmm.
We've been talking a lot about how many other books this reminds me of. I know that we read a lot of romantasy, and there are parts of this that are like so tropey in the best way, and I love that. But like, there's a lot of this book that's like, all right, so it's Fourth Wing with Wolves. And I really like that about it, but also I read that book already. I don't know.
I thought it felt like a fun mashup to me.
I really liked this book.
Yeah, but as you're saying, like, you can take a list of every trope in romantasy and just sort of be like, check. We got the one bed. We got the turned sister. We got Annasa with the magic collar. Like, we've got the hidden
ring jewelry.
You know, we got vampires. Like, we got everything. Yeah, magic that you didn't expect was going to even happen in the beginning. So, but I also, Carrion, Swift, Riddick in this fucking book.
If we're doing stars,
I'm not gonna be a baby. I'm giving stars.
All right. Well, I gave it 4 stars,
and I was gonna give it 4 stars too.
Yeah, I give this book 5 stars.
Because I really enjoyed it and I liked reading this book, but there is a lot of it that I'm like, I think I've seen this film before.
Yeah, so I agree. I'm still giving it 5 stars for a couple of reasons. The main reason is like, how many restaurants make a hamburger, right? Like,
I like simple things done well.
Right. Like, a hamburger is like, every restaurant, every diner makes a hamburger, but like, if you find one you like that's the place I'm going. Right. And I've read a book this year called The Vow of Vengeance, which I said the same thing. It was a checklist of romantasy things, and that was not done well. And this is done really well. And like, I wanted to know more about like the backstory and the people. And like, I have questions about the next one. Like, it's pulled me in a way that a book hasn't pulled me in for a really long time. I had such a great time with it. I had so much fun. I'm
really excited. We don't have to wait to read Furybound. I'm really excited that it comes out in like 2 weeks. Because I do think that I will like the second book more, because Stark will obviously be the guy.
Yeah.
I think that'll really like tip it over for me into like, it's tropey and it is done well, and I do like it. I also just want to like, I don't know, direwolves are really cool creatures, and we haven't read other books about direwolves, and like, when I first heard about this book, I was like, oh, the wolves are fucking, and I wasn't interested in that. But then I was like, oh, the humans are bonded to the wolves, and then I was like, all right, I'm in. And I like that. I mean, I'm a dog person, so like, I liked reading this book with my bonded direwolf at my feet. She liked it.
Oh, wait. Soup?
Oh, Soup. I gave it 3.5 soups because the soup is well written, but I don't like Killian.
I gotta give 5 cans of soup. I'm sorry. Like, I loved everything about it. Like,
I'm not mad at you.
Like, I didn't like Killian, but like, it was good soup. It was great.
Yeah. I'm going to give it 4 because it's good soup, but like Amanda, I didn't like Killian. And so it's hard to read it and be like, oh, this feels great. But also at the same time, you're like, oh, maybe this is great.
So it sounds like from the round table, it is a
4.5 star, 4 soup.
4.5 star, 4 can of soup book.
So this gets our stamp. I don't know. We need a seal or something.
I thought that was a paw
I
because
don't
you were a
know.
wolf.
We need a thing now. I'm like, we need like a thing now. Like this gets
All right.
our.
Well, what's the criteria for when it gets a stamp? Is
Um,
it above
I think
a
it's.
3.5
I
and a
think it.
3.5?
I think the average should be above a 4. So this is like 4.5 and a 4. So it's over a 4 combined. I don't know. We can talk
Yeah.
that through, but like
All right. Well, the Roundtable loves this book.
this gets an award.
It's straight vibes. We're having a good time. We like the wolves. We like the lore. We're really excited to find out what happens to Meryn, and we're really excited for the soup to be with Stark.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, we
Yes.
are.
And we'll likely talk about something in this book when we hit our end of year episode in December.
I'm sure we will.
Mm-hmm.
Annasa's a fucking queen.
Yeah,
I
she
just want
is.
to put that out there too. She's a baddie.
We don't really have much to say what we've been reading because we did that a day ago.
And you're not going to hear this episode. Are you ready? We are recording this on
420.
420.
Nice.
420. And you're going to hear it on May 4th.
That's crazy.
So I can't wait for us to tell you all the things we've read between now and then. When we jump in for the first time, when you're hearing this, Furybound will be coming out like
The next
tomorrow.
day.
Yeah.
So go pick it up.
Finish your Direbound. Go pick up Furybound. Go pick up Furybound from your local independent bookstore. I pre-ordered mine from Love and Legends, which is where we met Sable Sorenson for the first time.
Speaking of things to pick up and pre-order, they have an officially licensed Bartholomew that they're releasing in September that speaks 10 lines of dialogue.
Hell yeah. I can't wait.
So I absolutely pre-ordered that already.
Who'd you pre-order it from?
A local bookstore.
Oh. Okay.
I'll change it to a local bookstore when I get a chance. I just wanted to make sure I was getting it.
Yeah, got it. Okay, I just didn't know if the local bookstore had it up yet, and then I was going to go pre-order it.
No.
Okay.
I just getting that in, and as long as fucking Rip Bodice gets it, I don't care from there. I just need it.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm sure they will. All right.
Alrighty.
Let me tell you, my Bartholomew speaks more than 10 lines of dialogue.
He sure does.
He has spoken more than 10 lines of dialogue during this podcast, in fact. He's an asshole right now. Okay, anyways.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.